G'day and Merry Christmas. We've got a lot happening this month, so let's launch straight into it. This is the Christian Fantasy and Science Fiction Bulletin for December 2018. I'm Adam David Collings, bringing you the latest news on works of speculative fiction created by Christians. New York Times bestseller Tosca Lee's book The Progeny is being adapted into a TV series for American-based network The CW, according to a story on the Fremont Tribune. The Progeny is a contemporary thriller about a woman who discovers she's descended from the most notorious female serial killer of all time, Elizabeth Bathory. While finding herself caught in the middle of a war between Bathory's descendants and a cult that wants to eliminate them all, she begins to develop strange abilities. The book will be adapted by Chris Roberts, who has written episodes of Orphan Black. I wish to send my heartiest congratulations to Tosca Lee. This is very well deserved. K.M. Weiland has released her heroic gaslight fantasy, Wayfarer. Think being a superhero was hard? Try being the first one. Superhuman abilities bring an adventurous new dimension to 1820 London, where an outlaw speedster and a master of illusion must do battle to decide who will own the city. Will's life is a proper muddle, and all because he was accidentally inflicted with the ability to run faster and leap higher than any human ever. One minute he's a blacksmith's apprentice trying to save his master from debtor's prison. The next he's accused of murder and hunted as a black-hearted highwayman. A vengeful politician with dark secrets and powers even more magical than Will's has duped all of London into blaming Will for the chilling imprisonment of the city's poor. The harder Will tries to use his abilities to fight crime, the deeper he's entangled in a dark underworld belonging to some of Georgian England's most colourful characters. Only Will stands a chance of stopping this powerful madman bent on reforming London by any means necessary. Unfortunately, Will is beginning to realise becoming a legend might mean sacrificing everything that matters. Catherine Jones Payne has released Maelstrom, the third book in her Broken Tide series. The tagline for this series is Mermaids, Murder, Mayhem. Experience the stunning culmination of Jade's story in Maelstrom, the final novel in a page-turning trilogy of YA mermaid fantasy books. If you like enigmatic mystery, stirring romance, and harrowing intrigue, you'll love Catherine Jones Payne's riveting underwater world. Dive into a page-turning adventure perfect for fans of Alexandra Christo, Lee Berdugo, and Kira Cass. There are also two novellas available in this series, A Gathering Tempest and Daughter of the Rivers. Mary DeStefano has released Valiant. The Valiant was supposed to save us. Instead, it triggered the end of the world. Everyone, even the poorest among us, invested in the Valiant space mining mission in the hopes we'd save ourselves. But the second the ship leaves Earth's atmosphere, our fate is sealed. The alien invasion begins. They pour into cities around the world using time portals, possessing humans and forcing us to kill one another. And for whatever reason, my brother is their number one target. New York Times bestseller Tosca Lee describes this book as seriously captivating sci-fi. Sarah Delana White has released Rafana, the second book in the Star Fae trilogy, and the sequel to Heleda. A new queen falls, a Death Lord rises, an ancient foe looms in the shadows. This book features elements of horror and dark fantasy. The story follows Sylvia Imanthia, who is determined to be a good leader, but following a disastrous end to the winter solstice ceremony, she must fight to save both her marriage and her world. J.L. Knight has released Bitter Winter, the fifth book in her Ilion Chronicles. This is a Christian fantasy series, and we've covered previous books here on the Bulletin. In this story, characters are facing a harsh winter, food shortages, and now a devastating sickness spreading through the land. Finding the cure will force the hero into an impossible choice: betray his conscience or let those he loves die.
Incoming distress call.
Oh, okay. Computer, put it on screen.
Acknowledged.
Oh yes, hello. I'm a bit lost and I wonder if you could help me. I'm looking for a planet called Earth. I've only got a week to get there and my navigational array is offline.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'm actually transmitting from Earth right now. So if you just lock onto my signal and follow it to its source, you'll be here in no time.
Ho ho ho, thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
No problem. Now, when you get here, my house is the one
The transmission has ended.
Oh, okay. He'll find me. Anyway, back to the books. C.S. Johnson has released Prince of Secrets and Shadows, the second book in the Order of the Crystal Daggers. These books are historical fantasy spy adventures. This one is set in Prague 1870 and features the political intrigue, family dysfunction, romance, and plenty of suspense. The author has described the book as being PG-13, more new adult than the young adult that she's previously been known for. A clean sci-fi and fantasy anthology called The Crux has been released. It's only 99 cents at the moment, and the profits go to Compassion International. Several of the writers are Christians. And Tomes of Fables is another sci-fi fantasy anthology where some of the authors are Christians, including R.J. Battler, Joshua C. Chad, and Tiger Herbert. Havoc Magazine is being reborn as Havoc Publishing, an online magazine with a new story every day. For a limited time, you can buy a Havoc t-shirt and receive a 6-month subscription for free. I'll put a link in the description below. And finally, some sad news. Fantasy author Brandon Barr has passed away to be with Jesus after a difficult battle with leukemia. On the 22nd of November, Brandon's wife posted the following on social media. It is with great sadness, but also great joy, because who can be sad in the arms of our Saviour, that I write to tell you that Brandon is in the arms of Jesus. As he took his final breaths, he was surrounded by friends and family, worshipping God. He'd sing "Bless the Lord, O my soul" to our boys every night before bed, and we were singing that as he began to drift off. He passed at 1:33 p.m. on Wednesday, November 21. Thank you to all who supported my husband's writing. So many times he'd show me things that you've said about him in his books. His readers were his encouragement to keep writing. Thank you for bringing so many smiles to his face. Brandon Barr wrote epic fantasy that combined elements of science fiction. His books examined deep themes of grace in a way that was very accessible to the general market. He was also an inspiration to many inside the indie author community. And just a reminder, there is a GoFundMe campaign that you can give to help support Brandon's wife and sons during this difficult time. I would really encourage you to do so. And so, on that note, remembering that the birth and sacrifice of Jesus gives us hope, even in the darkest of times, I want to wish you a very happy Christmas. Thank you for supporting this bulletin in 2018. God bless, live long and prosper, make it so.